Hello and welcome to the Edu Leaders Show on the Edu Bulletin, where we bring you the latest insights and trends from the world of education. I'm Daisy, and I'm excited to guide you through this episode. We have an esteemed guest joining us, Dr. Monica Gupta, Director and Founder Principal at Pushpa International School, Pune, emphasized health and wellness initiatives such as the Water Bell, sugar-free celebrations, and discouraging the consumption of packaged food. Now, let's move directly into our interview. Over to you, Rumani. Let's hear what ma'am had to say.
So good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We have with us a very special guest. She is Dr. Monica Gupta, Director Principal, Pushpa International School, Bibewadi. So welcome to the summit, ma'am. How's your experience being here?
Namaskar to all the viewers and to the Edu Bulletin team. Thank you, Ms. Romani. Ma'am, it has been a great experience so far. The first half is over and I'm really waiting for the second part to come up. The panel discussion was very, very informative and I like to listen to so many educators. And it's lovely to see so many educators on one platform and exchange ideas and best practices.
Absolutely, ma'am. That's what we wanted to create for the educators right there.
Great idea.
Absolutely, ma'am. So talking about the various initiatives that have been, implemented by government or the school itself. So one topic that is very relevant in today's era is mental health.
Yes.
And oftentimes it gets neglected because we are not very much aware of that.
Yes.
बाहर तो सब अच्छा दिखता है, but किसी के दिमाग में क्या चल रहा है, we're not aware. True. So how the school is making sure that the such ecosystem is created that all the students are taken care of emotionally as well as mentally?
Very nice question, Ms. Romani. Very rightly said, mental health is ignored completely. You can't see it, but it's everywhere. Somebody who is laughing and smiling in front of you can be going through a traumatic mental situation that you will never get to know unless and until there is something big happens.
Sure.
So we as an educator have to see what can we do so that we make everyone comfortable, be it teacher, any other employee from the non-teaching part, or any other person who we meet in life. Can we judge what he or she is going through? In our school, we make sure that we create such ecosystem where the happiness quotient of each and every one of a child,
Right.
and the emotional quotient in addition to the professionalism of each and every employee is taken care of. How can we help the children? The teachers help the children by giving them freedom to express,
Right.
freedom to perform. Now say schools to schools, they will have different activities for stress management, for happy classrooms, for making the classrooms enjoyable, having experiential learning, having activity-based learning, having AI-based learning, and having n number of technological things to make them look happy on their social platforms. But the idea is, are they really happy? Is there something which is making them sad? This is where mental health plays an important role. I'm sure our school also has a counselor. But other than the school counselor, I make sure that I give my teachers the training.
Right.
And the training is not a formal training. The training is speaking to them in an informal way. So they feel happy and satisfied that the profession they have chosen is not a burden on them. That the place they are going to is safe for them. That the place they are going to, they feel happy to go there. And then they feel that they are open to discuss with anyone if they are going through someone. That they know that there is treatment available if they feel suffocated. That the children should know and the parents should know that going to a counselor is not considering your child a mad person. See, making the parents understand this, that the child needs counseling, is the most challenging task with us when it comes to dealing with mental health. When we tell the parents that please see a counselor, the immediate reaction is, my child is all right. Of course he is all right, but he needs some counseling. Counseling is only exactly what we are doing. Maybe a professional would do it in a better way. So mental health, emotional health, physical health, all go hand in hand.
Absolutely. And that's, such a good perspective you have given it to us. So my next question would be to you, like we have seen many state governments implementing the Water Bill initiative, and many schools, particularly on their own, are also, getting on board. So how are schools planning to do it, or is already doing it?
We are already doing it, ma'am. And it's not only water bill and sugar boards, but we are doing many more things. When, sometime back when Prime Minister Modi became the Prime Minister, I saw him on TV when 15th of August he gave us a speech, and he said something like that, I need to build toilets. And at that moment, I felt, can any Prime Minister speak about such a small thing about being toilet? Is this what the job of the Prime Minister is? But then when I saw him working, he's a great leader. And I'm not for or against any party, let me tell you. He's a great leader indeed. Because he thinks about the small things. If I consider myself a miniature of any leader, be it Prime Minister Modi or anyone, if he can think as a Prime Minister of building a toilet or educating the people using a toilet, why can't I as a leader think about small things like having a sugar board in each class, sugar board which the CBSE has also directed us, yes. But are we all doing it, or simply just making it for the sake of it, that CBSE has said, so I will click a photograph and I'll just upload it on the website? No. My teacher, every day, when the child, one or the other child will have his birthday, I have rotated a circular that don't only make sugar boards, follow it. Do not bring chocolates. Bring plants, bring pencils, bring sharpener for the children, bring books for the library. It would probably cost lesser than the chocolates that you distribute. Also, kind of diseases that can come to us when we have sweets. And it is not only diabetic, that I tell in the assembly to everyone. When you have excess sugar in your body, I tell this to my teachers and my children and also parents, it leads to several other diseases. See, diabetes is the basic cause of every other disease. Smallest, as small as diabetes, I am saying as small as, and as big as cardiac arrest. So stress is also, sugar is also responsible for stress, and stress is responsible for sugar.
It's a vicious cycle.
It's a cycle. So having said this, also that we have regular intervals, not following this trend of having the water bell, but my teachers telling every time the children that after every half an hour, have a sip of water. Or at least I tell my teachers, have at least 3 liters of water a day. If preferably take 5, if not, at least take 3. Do not worry, I'll not call you if you're not in the class and going to the washroom. But do have a lot of water and detoxify yourself. A lot of teachers would be having fasting. Some children also do fasting on several occasions. So I talk to them in the assembly. Why are you fasting? Are you fasting to detoxify your body, or are you fasting with due respect to your religion? But are you fasting for detoxifying your body? But then in the first case, why did you put toxins in it? Fasting is good, but then have healthy food habits, not only water and sugar, but in the wholly looking at it. You have to be having the watchful eating. We do not allow the students to bring packet food, and my teachers watch that they bring freshly cooked food. That when they go to the toilet, whether they flush the toilet or no, if the other child sees that somebody has done the tinkling over it, then he comes and tells us that, madam, this is not the right one. Then going and wishing the housekeeping department, because they're taking care of our health and hygiene. So are we aware of that these are the community workers and we should respect them more than anyone else because they are keeping us healthy. So these are the very small things that we do in our school. And this is only to name a few. We have hundreds of them. We have the Eco Club also. We have the waste management also. Best of waste also. We have robotics classes and coding running at one point. At the other point, doing the robotics with waste material. So like children taking out the battery and making small fans and taking out the brush and making the vacuum and the floor cleaner. It's fun to see them doing these activities. As an educator, I don't think I am such a huge educator from my end that I would write big books or may go to any big platform. But I only think I can do these small steps which might probably change the life of these few children. Even if I'm able to change few, I would be happy.
बिल्कुल मैम, कहते हैं ना एक पत्थर तो तभी से उछाल कर देखो. So we are glad that educators like you are doing wonderful work in the education sector and bringing a change in the society. So thank you so much, ma'am, for being here. And it was an absolute delight to have a talk with you.
Thank you so much, and thank you the Edu Bulletin. Thank you to the cameraman also, and thank you to the entire team, Times to Grow. Thank you so much for inviting me to this platform.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you for joining us for this enlightening discussion. We hope you found it as insightful and inspiring as we did. Save the number 721707010 and send "Hi" on WhatsApp to receive daily educational news updates and inspiring interviews from the Edu Bulletin.